In the vast tapestry of the cosmos, where stars whispered secrets across the void, the Zorvian Empire reigned supreme. Their worlds were crystalline spires and floating gardens, where beings of ethereal grace moved like shadows on silk. The Zorvians, with luminous skin that shifted colors with emotion, had long mastered diplomacy and subtle power. War was a relic of lesser species, they believed, a crude tool for those without the wisdom to weave alliances from words alone. At the heart of their empire sat the royal citadel on Zorvia Prime, a palace that defied gravity, its towers piercing auroral-lit skies. Here ruled Empress Leal, wise and unyielding, alongside her consort, Lord Vexer. Their greatest treasure was Prince Elindor, a young heir whose curiosity often outpaced caution. But whispers of dissent threaded through the stars. Rebel factions, jealous of the empire's splendor, plotted in shadowed corridors. To safeguard the prince, the royals sought a guardian, not one of their own elite sentinels, too predictable, too bound by protocol, but a human. Humans, quirky newcomers to the stellar stage, soft-fleshed wanderers from a blue-green world called Earth. Tales had reached Zorvia Prime of their endurance, their stubborn persistence, and their strange talent for forming bonds across divides. But surely they were no warriors. They are known for their persistence, Empress Leal declared in the Grand Council chamber, her voice a melody of light. Let this one watch over Elindor. It will be a gesture of unity. And besides, what threat could a human pose to our foes? The court murmured in agreement, skins flickering with amusement. Lord Vexer's opalescent eyes gleamed. Humans are like the wind, present but harmless. This will suffice. The human arrived quietly, stepping from a shuttle into the Citadel's gleaming atrium. Captain Marcus Hale, retired soldier of Earth's United Frontier Corps, tall, broad-shouldered, scars etched like stories across weathered skin, carried only a simple pack and a sidearm that looked archaic next to Zorvian energy lances. His eyes scanned the room with the quiet intensity of a predator in alien territory. The royals greeted him with polite detachment. You are to shadow the prince, Empress Leal instructed. Protect him from harm, but do not interfere in matters of state. Discretion is paramount. Marcus nodded. Understood, Your Majesty. I'll keep him safe. Prince Elindor, barely out of adolescence, studied Marcus with wide-eyed fascination. You're from Earth? Did your people really tame beasts with bare hands? Marcus chuckled. Some do. Mostly we just talk our way out of trouble, or into it. Days passed in opulent routine. The citadel buzzed with diplomats gliding through holographic halls, feasts where food materialized from thin air, and gardens where flowers sang in harmony. Marcus followed Elindor everywhere, from lessons in stellar navigation to quiet walks among floating orchards. The Zorvians watched with veiled smirks. Look at the human, they whispered. He plots like a grounded bird. What could he do if true danger came? But danger was brewing, unseen as a storm on the horizon. The Shadow Veil, rebels led by the cunning warlord Keith, despised Zorvian pacifism and plotted a strike at the heart of power. The royals hide behind words, Keith snarled on a barren moon. We'll show them the bite of steel. And that human, he'll crumble like dry leaves. The Zorvians, secure in their technological supremacy, dismissed frontier scout warnings. Their shields were flawless, their sensors unerring, or so they thought. Marcus noticed the subtle shifts. A servant's lingering gaze, a flicker in the holographic display, whispers cut off too abruptly. He said nothing at first, observing, adapting. Humans, after all, had evolved in a world of predators and prey. Survival meant reading the unseen. One fateful night, under dancing auroras, the citadel hosted a grand gala. Crystal chandeliers floated like stars, music weaving through the air like living threads. Prince Elindor mingled, laughter bright. Marcus stood at the edges, hand never far from his sidearm. Then the shadows stirred. The rebels struck with brutal efficiency. Disguised as attendants, they deactivated shields with smuggled disruptors. Alarms wailed. Armed intruders poured in, their weapons humming with lethal energy. Chaos erupted. Zorvian guards, trained in precision but not ferocity, faltered. Empress Leal shielded her son, her skin paling to ghostly white. Protect the prince, she cried, but her voice was lost in the din. At the lead, Keith, armored and menacing, demanded, surrender the heir and your empire falls without further blood. Marcus moved like a thunderclap. In a blur, he shoved the prince behind a fallen pillar, using his own body as a shield. "Stay down, kid," he growled, drawing his kinetic sidearm. Primitive yet deadly. The shots rang sharp and deafening, punching through rebel armor where energy shields failed. The court gasped. This was no gentle guardian. This was a storm unleashed. Kaith laughed derisively. A relic weapon. Pathetic. He charged, flanked by his warriors. Marcus didn't fight like a Zorvian, with elegant strikes and calculated retreats. He fought like a human. Raw, relentless, drawing on a bottomless well of endurance. He rolled, dodged, using the environment as an ally. A toppled crystal statue crushed an attacker. A hacked holographic console blinded another with flares. "You think we're soft?" he shouted, voice cutting through the fray. "We've clawed our way from caves to stars. We don't break. We adapt." One by one, the rebels fell. Kaith swung a vibrblade. Marcus parried with a scavenged guard's lance, then countered with a fist that cracked the warlord's helmet. Pain fueled him, sharpened him. A graze from an energy bolt only heightened his focus. The prince watched in awe as Marcus, bloodied but unbowed, disarmed Kaith and pinned him to the ground. "Yield," Marcus demanded, "or learn what humans do to threats." Seeing their leader humbled, the remaining rebels fled into the night. Silence fell over the shattered hall, broken only by the hum of restoring shields. Empress Leal approached, her skin glowing with a mix of fear and wonder. You are no mere guardian. You are a warrior." Marcus wiped blood from his brow, offering a weary smile. "We're all warriors when it counts, Your Majesty. Humans protect what's ours not with tech, but with heart. We fight for the ones we care about, even if they're not our own." Lord Vexer knelt beside the prince. Elindor stared at Marcus with newfound respect. "I thought you weak," he admitted softly, "but you saved us all." In the aftermath, as repairs hummed and alliances strengthened, the Zorvians reflected. They had assigned a human expecting compliance, and instead received a revelation. Humans weren't just persistent. They were forged in fire, capable of compassion turned into unbreakable resolve. The Empire's chronicles would forever mark this night, teaching that true strength lay not in grace alone, but in the fierce spirit that refused to yield. And for the first time, the galaxy understood what it truly meant to be human. Please follow my channel for more videos. One click from you can change my life.